What's going on, Legionnaires? Welcome to another episode of the Legion of Comic Correction. We talk all things comic books. Woohoo! Man, we've got some heavy theorizing to do today.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot going on, and this is an ongoing thing. And actually, you know what? I'm really glad.
This is actually our best quality, is just to go way into crazy theories about what we would like to see. We're not really good at anything else. Actually,
we're good at saying things are hot garbage.
Yeah, we're good at saying things are hot garbage and people stealing our ideas for what we end up really wanting to see happen, and it does happen. So
all the time. You know, though, I'm happy.
Check the record.
I'm happy that this issue, like the thing we're going to talk about today, I'm happy that it came out. Like it started happening like a month or so ago.
And it's built.
Yeah, it's given us
time. There's been a lot of steam behind it.
And it's given us time to like not just make an emotional reaction, because there was a lot of emotion.
Oh boy.
Our text stream, our Legion text stream freaking blew up. Because we were like
a lot of memes.
We were all with family. You know, Brett was in Michigan. I was in Jersey. Right? Oh, family. You were in Boston. Well, you weren't in Boston. You were in Massachusetts at that point. Maybe you were, at least during some of it. We were all over the place.
I was right here.
Yes.
We weren't together, right? Yeah, Logan was in his house as he always is.
Yes.
But we were it happened.
Don't go anywhere. Don't do anything.
Everything happened, and we just freaked out about it. So we've had some time to cool down, except for Logan, because I know he's always hot-headed.
Always.
Which is good. He brings the noise. So we'll be talking about some really important
You'll be surprised. I don't have that much noise to bring on this one.
I'm disappointed.
No, because it's what I had said needed to be done.
Still
for a long time.
We're not mad.
100%. Oh, I think we're going to agree. I thought we were going to fight.
No, we're not going to fight. No, we're not going to fight. I mean, that would probably be really good for the podcast, but I'm going to say some stuff that I believe in, even if I don't like necessarily in the short term.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Well, if you are new here and you like hearing about comic news, you like hearing about comic theories by comic specialists like us, click
Trained
that bell,
professionals.
Like and subscribe. Go down to the description. Click on those links down there. You can go to our website where you can get sweet merch, like all the stuff we're wearing right now.
Brett's working on it right now.
He is. He's working on the website. Actually, I think he's still watching Sonic. You can also join our Patreon, which is a better way to help support the show. So click there. There's benefits down there. You get like really cool stuff.
If you want to know why we're laughing, check out our episode.
Check out our previous episodes.
Or don't.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, you probably should.
What you should do is check out another episode.
Yeah, because Sonic wasn't so good.
Yeah.
You can
and then check out that episode.
Just
watch all of the episodes.
And then put it on replay.
That episode's better than Sonic. So just watch that.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Exactly right, Brett.
If you really don't want to watch these, because I get it. We're busy. Just jump on the playlist, mute it, and put it on a background tab. It helps the algorithm. It helps us grow.
Just like subscribe and turn off notifications.
So simple.
Right.
Just hit the button.
It's just like you're just you know what? I want to do something good today.
The like button.
You know what?
Like I don't like this. These guys stink.
New year, new podcast.
Yeah.
You know what you should do?
Positive vibes only.
Yes.
You should comment, because commenting also really helps the algorithm.
That's right.
It really helps a lot. We put questions down below. Answer those questions. Well, you know what? You can just say whatever you want. You can say like,
we're gonna ask
you guys are dumb.
They're really dumb. Yeah.
We're going to ask a bunch of questions today, and you may want to put your answer in there. Drop it in the comics.
Here's the deal.
We care.
I don't have a life, so I run our social media.
But he has a wife.
That's true. Sometimes she pulls me away from this, but usually she helps me answer those questions.
No life but wife.
Boom.
Sometimes bring a little spice.
It's true. That's an accurate statement. But I will answer. We will all
But definitely
answer.
not any strife.
Not
okay. All right.
That's pie in the sky.
All right, Will Smith.
Oh.
Here, want to drop this?
Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
Anyway, today we are talking. We're not talking about Will Smith.
Nicholas Cannon.
We're not. Yeah, who's Nicholas Cannon? Oh my god,
dude! I was racking my brain.
I was too. I was trying to.
Once again, if you want to know what we're talking about,
Nicholas Cannon.
Check out the previous
episode on Sonic.
Are you his dad?
Nicholas, get over here!
You can see the family resemblance. I mean, look at this guy. Looks just like
Don't you dare.
Isn't he tatted up? He's tatted up now.
He is. He's real tatted up. Didn't you host America's Got Talent too?
Did you establish Wild Now?
I did not. I did not do any of those things. How dare any of you?
I could have sworn you did.
despise this man.
Oh no, that's Nicolas Cage.
Are you really good at drumming?
You're Nicolas Cage's father.
I was in a drumline, yes.
Oh. I think he was in the drumline as much as he was in karate.
Not true.
Which
Shots
one?
fired.
Which one's not
Contact.
true? Which one's not true?
I was never in a drumline.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah, no.
All right, well, we're talking about DC. So DC has gone through, in the last, 2 months, has gone through some of the most radical changes we've ever seen in a film studio.
Yes.
At least that we care about. And things have just gone,
at least on this large of a scale. It's
with heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Since the release of Black Adam, it seems like, so when Black Adam was released, The Rock came out with the hierarchy of power is changing, and man, was he right. I don't think he knew how right he was.
Not the way that he meant.
That didn't go the way I thought it would.
Go the way he thought it was.
That didn't age well.
No.
I don't think he thought it was going to happen that way. But he made that statement, and Black Adam came out, and you know what? We all went to see Black Adam. We were all there.
Yep.
And we liked it. We thought it was fun.
We like Black Adam.
It was fine.
We didn't think it was like the most amazing movie in the world.
It didn't blow us away.
But we thought it was like, okay.
Nope. But it was a good
I'll tell you what, we were super hyped for it, though.
What?
Freaking.
I'm saying we were super hyped for it, though.
Oh, we were super hyped for it.
Oh,
yeah.
that was just a statement.
I thought you were going to say the thing that we were also super hyped for was the fact that Superman showed up.
Henry Cavill showed up.
Henry Cavill shows up at the end.
Henry Cavill.
Arms of an angel, fly away from me.
So, the fact of the matter is, Black Adam comes out. It starts to not do so hot.
No.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill
perform as well.
Thanks a lot, Rotten Tomatoes.
Henry Cavill makes a statement. Opening weekend. Opening weekend's not even over yet. He makes a statement saying, "Hey guys, you should go see Black Adam because guess what? I'm back."
Yeah.
Right.
Surprise.
And
Surprise,
so
I'm back.
people are like, "Holy crap! Henry Cavill's back as Superman. Holy crap! He's putting the suit back on. Holy crap! Man of Steel 2's in development. Holy crap!
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, then like a month later.
I don't know.
Hold
up.
And like a month later, DC execs are like, well, peace. And Peter Safran and James Gunn are elected as the new heads of the DCEU, which they dropped the E.
Thank God.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And they made
DCU?
Which?
Are you saying DCU? Wait. No, I'm saying DCU.
DCU.
Are
you saying that with a SoCal accent? DCU.
Can we take this point by point?
Of course.
One.
Go.
They dropped the previous executives.
Right.
Correct choice. 100%.
100%.
100%. WB has been chasing their tails for years. They have no idea.
What if we do the same thing?
What they are doing.
Just different actors.
What have we said? Where's Bruce Timm and Jim Lee?
Right.
Get them freaking in there.
We've been saying that for a long time.
I mean, we like
Tim's dead, so
everyone
has
been saying.
Wait, stop. Who's dead?
Wait, who did you say?
Bruce Timm and
Bruce Timm.
Jim Lee.
Oh, I thought you said Tim.
He's thinking.
I thought you said Bruce Timm and Jim Lee.
Yeah.
No,
I said Bruce, Tim, and
no.
Bruce Timm is.
I was like, well,
Bruce Timm.
You're going to start a Twitter frenzy.
Yeah.
Way to go, Greg.
Bruce Timm's dead. No, he's not. Bruce Timm is the creator of Batman the Animated Series.
Right.
And Jim Lee is
I know what I must have to do.
But I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
I don't know if I have the... You know there's not a GIF of that on the iPhone?
There's a GIF of...
Give me a minute.
I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
No. But
I was like, this is a perfect instance for this, and I can't use it because it's not one.
There's a GIF of Harrison Ford getting lightsabered, though.
Damn it, there's not one of... I don't have the strength to do it.
I know.
Which I think it was me texting you about working out.
Yeah, probably.
So to say, those executives needed to go.
They need to go.
Yes.
They needed to be
Clean
gone.
slate.
We've seen them just drag WB down.
Oh
for
my
years.
goodness!
So that was
it's
fine.
just a bunch of pencil pushers.
So anybody not
who
on
don't
board?
like comics.
Anybody not on board with that?
No, you're totally good.
Okay.
That was
Anyone not on board? No.
Second part.
We're all off board.
Double negative.
What about
second? Bringing on
Peter Safran
and James Gunn.
Great idea.
100%. I am fully on board with that.
James
too.
Gunn is an awesome world builder.
Fully on board.
I'm not on top deck.
Okay.
With the James Gunn, to be honest.
All right, fair enough.
Because I just feel like...
What don't you like of his in superhero world?
There's nothing I don't like. It's just, I just don't want the problem. This goes back to everyone compares the two whatever
universes.
Universes,
Yes.
we'll call it that, or like comic studios.
Yeah.
Right.
They're not the same.
No.
So it's like you're bringing someone from, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Just like
I hear you.
I would rather have someone uprise from the
Brand-
ashes
brand new.
of this new universe that is the DCU.
Well,
For
they did
some
kinda
reason-
stab
And I
James
dropped
Gunn in
the
the
E.
back. They did stab James Gunn in the back for a minute. Remember when all those Twitter things came out and
Marvel did, you mean?
dropped him and
Yeah.
DC picked him up to do Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
I get that, but
Yeah.
like,
And then
Yeah.
he
I
went
don't
back,
know.
and then he came back.
So
he's done
here's
both.
the thing. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I agree with you, but there's only one man that I would actually stand behind with that, and that is Jim Lee. And that
Yes.
is that is
Jim
the
Lee,
only-
man.
And for some reason,
I don't think he wants to do
I
it.
just don't think he wants to do it.
I don't think he wants to. I think he's
just
really happy
don't
where he is.
think he wants to do it.
He's got a family. He's got a
So,
couple kids. I think he's happy where he
James
is.
Gunn, the thing about James Gunn is Marvel did stab him in the back for a little bit, came over to DC, did some work with Suicide Squad, was able
Peacemaker
to go
TV show.
Peacemaker TV
Freaking
show,
great.
was able to go back to the holiday special with Guardians, was
And
able
Guardians
to then
3.
do Guardians 3.
And he
But-
helped write Infinity War.
He has always been the odd man out at Marvel, I would say.
agreed.
He's the odd director
do you
out.
think though?
Yes.
At Marvel,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
not to the fans or the critics though.
No, I didn't say that.
No,
No, I
didn't
know,
say-
but I
I'm
mean, like,
saying
but
at
what does it
Marvel.
matter at Marvel?
What
Because
it
he still gets the
matters
spotlight.
is he did
He
his
might not do the
own-
same stuff.
He was able to do his own, like, the Guardians of the Galaxy had their own world building to it.
Yeah.
Like, they had their own.
And I would say there's no
larger
other-
scope.
There's no other like trilogy, because most of them are trilogies.
Yeah.
Trilogies that you could compare to Guardians of the Galaxy and say, oh, this one's better than Guardians of the Galaxy.
3 movies?
3 movies.
Well, we haven't,
haven't
seen the third
one
Guardians
yet,
so we got
but
a whole
we
lot.
know it's going to be good.
But
It's
that's
going to be at least good.
But that's my
Because
point.
the second one was at least good.
Right, but that's
Second
my
one's real
point.
good.
Right. I mean,
But
I
that's my
loved
point
it.
is
I loved
James
that one.
Gunn is
He's a
that
good
level.
world builder.
He's a good
Well,
world
I
builder.
understand
You
that.
also
But you're just
have
not,
to.
you're trying to say
He's
you
just more
want a
tentative.
style that is different than that.
He's just more.
Correct.
He's more.
Which
tentative.
DC has always been about.
So-
But DC has also never truly committed
right,
to a style.
except for
I
Nolan.
agree with you.
Nolan and
Nolan.
sure, they're currently the other Batman.
Right, Matt
Yes,
Reeves is bad.
yes.
Matt Reeves.
And and I agree. I would love for them to lean into the
Yeah.
dark,
Yeah,
gritty level scope.
yeah,
That is that. So it's my
Yeah.
hope that they end up doing that.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I agree. We need a more grounded,
Yeah.
gritty, dark scope for the DC universe.
Right.
Well,
I guess
yeah.
all I'm saying, hear me out.
My man.
I guess all I'm saying is
Hit it.
if I want to get a James
bending.
Gunn style movie
Sure.
or something along those lines, I'm going to go watch Marvel.
Mm.
And if I want something that's okay, so it's hard to say this, but besides like all because of Nolan's the Matt Reeves and
Yeah. Who's the guy
even
that
with
did-
Man of Steel
Who's
and
the guy that did Joker? The director, I
Oh,
forget,
well,
but that was
I forget.
that was
Can't
good too.
remember.
but the
Even though we
Joker
didn't- even though we didn't appreciate the movie because of what it did to the Joker character, it's still
Right.
that's the
Yeah.
tone we want.
and the Joker.
You're
And-
right. It is the tone.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else really, but those types of movies,
Yeah,
because they're more of a drama and a cinematic movie than actual like just kind of like happy, feely, good, uplifting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Movies.
Go ahead.
So
So one thing that might assuage you at least a little bit.
I like that word,
You like that?
assuage.
Assuage. Yeah.
It's a good word.
Means like calm you, right?
Yeah.
One thing that might assuage you a little bit is, one, James Gunn will not be directing and writing all the movies, right? He's playing a Kevin
Right.
Feige role, so he's going to find people.
I know,
He's going to find
Yeah.
people to make those movies, right? So two,
but he's gonna be a Feige in the way that he's probably gonna have his finger in every single pie.
sure, he might,
I
but
agree.
but I would
I
say,
agree.
Do you think he's
I
gonna
would
curtail
say-
them though?
No.
So Feige didn't curtail.
No.
He guided. He,
He
gave
guided.
them
Because
boundaries.
Feige wasn't necessarily an established director for
But
that
He
many
gave
movies.
boundaries.
my
And
second
you have
point,
to work in these boundaries.
but
Go ahead.
my second point is that I don't know. Besides maybe Matt Reeves,
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a director that cares about the source more than James Gunn. Like, he is a comic nerd. He loves it so much. And I think it shows.
I think Nolan cared. He just wasn't a super nerd.
But he's not a superhero nerd.
No, but he cared. He cared about character development and where that stuff came from.
But I'm talking about current,
not necessarily comics.
Nolan said he won't go back to superheroes.
No, I know.
I'm talking about current.
Why would you come back when you left on top?
100%. But the fact of the matter is that I think it shows that so Gunn is taking the Superman reboot, right?
Yeah.
And I think that works because the Superman reboot should be more lighthearted and hopeful, and I think James Gunn will do a really good job.
Do you think that there's going to be a movie that's better than Man of Steel?
I don't know. We'll have to find out. I'm willing
Which
to
segues
into your question.
Part.
Right.
No. Before that,
finish out.
Third part is executive's gone.
Yep.
Right.
Establish a new regime.
Yep.
Right. New boss, same as the old boss. Hopefully not.
A scorched earth policy.
Dude, love it. It has to happen.
I have been saying that for a long time.
Yes.
The problem we were going to have is DC did one thing well.
Yeah.
Casting.
Yeah,
they cast really well.
And
I would say that they're on par with Marvel. Yeah.
So my point is that is what hurts.
Yes.
Right.
Losing a Henry Cavill as Superman, knowing how good he was as Superman.
He's a Tony Stark. He's RDJ.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
that charismatic.
He's Christian Bale.
Terrible.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
Because it is hard right now for anyone to picture anyone other than him as Superman. I would say it's hard right now for anyone to picture anyone as Wonder Woman other than Gal Gadot.
Right, agreed.
Gal Gadot.
Well, there's never been another Aquaman, really. So,
Israeli special operative,
and the Miss Israeli beauty pageant winner.
She was born for the role.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, she could have been born on Themyscira.
You don't know that she wasn't, though.
No, she wasn't.
It's true.
Prove she wasn't.
It's true.
Prove she wasn't.
I can't.
My point is, their casting
I wasn't there.
was so on point.
For sure. Yeah.
And we saw this is why right now I'm going to say it again.
Say it.
Say it for the people in back.
This is why
tell them
the Zack Snyder cut
ruined everything.
Everything.
Because
what it gave us was
this
sliver of hope.
Don't give me hope.
It gave us a glimpse of what could have been.
Yep.
And that's what made it worse.
I lost everything.
It made it worse than even just having a terrible Justice League.
Our hearts go out to Jeremy Renner as he's recovering, actually. But just saying.
To say all of that,
Hawkeye for life.
Yes.
Arrow guy.
To say all of that is there was so much wasted potential, and I think that's what people need to realize.
Oh, yeah.
I am not mad at him going scorched earth. I feel it is necessary. It had to be done.
Yes.
And I even said it a while ago. They're going to need to reboot, and we're never going to see some of these storylines either again or for a very, very long time because they have to.
No, we're never seeing them again.
No, we may never. Well, you may be right. We may never see a Doomsday.
That's a good question. How long do you think this comic book craze is going to go for?
I don't know. Forever.
Forever
and ever until we die. Here's the thing.
That's not very long.
Hold on. I just want to finish this one because I know I'm talking a lot, but I want to finish this one point. But
you say that like you don't normally.
I know.
Okay.
I'm just trying.
I've never heard.
New year, new Logan.
New year, new Logan. I'm not the quiet reserve type I am anymore. I was before.
I'm going to use my voice this year. That's what he said.
But my point is, what everyone is struggling with right now, and why everyone is upset, is because the people who you can see as the characters you wanted them to be,
right, will never be.
Right. We're just looking for new writing. We're just looking for new writing.
Right.
But for people to say that they could come in and reboot and keep the same people. Impossible.
Yeah, it's gonna limp along.
There was no way that could be that. And every person who's saying otherwise knows deep down in their soul that that's wrong.
You got to start.
It's like when your dog is dying of cancer and you can't save it.
Yeah,
and you know what you need to do.
Yeah, you got to put it down.
Old Yeller, that son of a gun.
They had to put it down. So they had to put,
not to get real deep.
That's a good.
You have like a person. Is there something you want to share with us?
Yeah,
is there something
I built a box for my dog.
How's Gus doing? Is he okay?
Jeez.
Not for long.
So
no, he's just being.
This was
being Gus.
This was a dying. Yeah. This was a dying animal.
It had to happen.
And it had to be put down.
It had to be put down.
And so people are going to grieve that. People are going to grieve that. People are going to be upset because we're going to talk about some questions here that I don't know if we're going to have some answers to be honest.
Are you kidding me? We're going to have answers.
I don't know.
We may be the wrong ones.
We might not like, but we're not going to like them.
No, we're not going to like them.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Sift through it,
I'll give you one right now. We're going to ask, one of us is going to ask, like... No, somebody's going to ask about Superman.
Yeah, that's right.
And my
who would possibly do
Henry
that?
Cavill. Henry Cavill could do it. Henry Cavill could do it. Because that's what you can picture in your mind.
I'm actually gonna get to that.
But my point is,
Henry Cavill.
It's hard.
That's my question.
It's really hard.
What's your question? No, it's not.
So who do you think?
And everything is unproven. Everything is unproven.
We have nothing. We have nothing at this point. Nothing. The only thing we have is that James Gunn has told us that there will be information soon, and he has said that they have an 8 to 10 year broad stroke plan at this point.
Well,
which is great.
When's
good. I like that.
Good.
When's what? Shazam coming out?
No.
Aquaman 2?
DC.
Fandom?
Yeah.
I don't even know that's going to happen. It was canceled last year.
I think that's done.
I think that's done.
I think it's done.
It's dying in this past phase too.
It needs to just be its thing.
I think they're just gonna.
Well, listen. So Brett and I were talking.
Do you know why the DC fandom exists?
Because there was COVID.
Because there was COVID.
Yeah.
There was no Comic-Con.
I mean, there is COVID, but it's not.
Yeah. No. What I'm saying is, no. I'm sorry. There was no Comic-Con, so they did DC fandom.
Oh yeah, no, you said it right.
There's no need for DC fandom.
No, I understand.
But... He'll launch stuff at Comic-Con like he should.
Right.
He'll probably Comic-Con.
Well, maybe he just won't go.
You know what? He should do.
You're gonna take
James Gunn should bring us.
There you go.
James Gunn should let us announce everything.
All right, so let's get into our questions.
Come on, Jimmy. Let us announce.
So this is the problem. This is the problem we're dealing with.
Jimmy Gunn. All right,
we're sitting in this phase of people being upset about grieving their characters and the people who were cast really well for it, and knowing full well we needed this. We actually needed this to happen.
Well, I was going to say, Brett and I were talking about this, I think it was last weekend, where we were just saying, like, it needs, no matter how hard it is, it needs to happen.
Yeah, I haven't said anything because you guys have all taken the words out of my mouth. It's like your fear. I get it. There's baggage that has to be given up.
It's PTSD.
Yeah. Well, it's like you were saying, is that we all want something new to happen because it's obviously not working.
Yeah.
Right. But
I'm gonna correct you there. It's PCSD. Post comic trauma.
Yeah, well, we all wanted to happen. We all wanted to happen, but we don't.
You know, I'm a BAG.
We don't want to lose these things.
Big acronym guy. So
big.
Shout out to Justin.
Love it. So we're going to be talking today about some of the directions we're going here with DC, the DCU.
We're going with DC. The directions we're advising
James Gunn
on. So that he can make the correct choice.
And you know what? We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this the civil way. We're doing this for free, pro bono.
I don't think anybody's ever actually seen Peter Safran.
Mine has taken us to San Diego.
One or two retweets
and $4 million.
We're actually Peter Safran.
Yes.
Like nobody's ever actually seen. Who's Peter Safran?
I don't know who that man is.
It's James Gunn and
it's DB Cooper. That's who it is.
It's a bunch of our. It's a bunch of our letters.
We need.
What?
It's a bunch of letters in our name mixed together.
I just wanted you to take it all a moment to realize. I just tried to scratch my head and I had to sit here.
It's your headphones.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're gonna talk about a few major questions that we were all kind of itching at, and you kind of lined up mine. So
go ahead.
My question here, and I want to touch a little bit real quick about Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill's out. He's out. As Superman, as the mainline Superman. That's what I want to be clear about, as the mainline Superman, because James Gunn said that after their conversation, that they would look forward to working with him in the future. After saying that, James Gunn did post about Kingdom Come. And so the thought is another timeline could be brought in, and we could eventually, years down the line, see Henry Cavill come back as old Superman.
Don't tease me.
Which I think would be really cool. I think that'd be smart too, because then it kind of gives the fans both, right? Lets us start over new, but then also lets us have some multiple reality older Superman come in as Henry
Spider-Man
Cavill.
No Way Home.
How many years are we talking? He doesn't get old.
Right.
That man is gonna be
4,000.
The thing is
40 forever.
The thing is, Superman in like Kingdom Come looks just like Superman in regular day, just with like gray streaks in his hair.
Gray streak on either side.
So
you're
like,
right.
So they really, I mean, they can bring him in. He looked
much.
great. So there's that.
Maybe give him a little gruff.
Yeah. But regardless, James Gunn came out and said, Henry Cavill's done. They're making a new Superman movie, and he's penning it and directing it. So
we didn't really talk about it here in the podcast on air, but you want to talk about someone leaving well? Like we said, The Rock handled it pretty well. He just kind of like kept to himself. Henry Cavill literally was just like, I am a gentleman.
Oh, yeah.
And we have an accord with James Gunn.
He's a gentleman and a scholar.
You know why? Because he has Warhammer 40K.
Yeah, his dream. He has his Black Adam. He has his Black Adam.
Warhammer 40K is coming out.
He said for 30 years he's wanted to make a movie.
Well, that man walked.
Wait, no, that was The Rock. He said for
14 was The Rock, I think.
That man walked out of Superman and walked into Warhammer. Like,
well, we talked.
No, he walked out of The Witcher.
The Witcher.
Yeah.
Then Superman.
So Brett and I were talking about that.
Then Warhammer.
That the rumor that Cavill knew.
The chain of events.
Yeah, that he knew when he announced that he was going to be Superman. He knew he really wasn't, and when he announced he was stepping back on The Witcher, it was for Warhammer.
We think.
Not for Superman.
I would agree with the Witcher one, but also he's a purist when it comes to characters.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the Witcher's moving.
And the Witcher's going in a direction that like
Witcher not from the books,
not in the books or the video games.
Right.
Witcher makes sense. I don't agree with Superman.
Well,
I'm gonna agree with that.
I don't agree with Superman.
It would be tough though to commit to a multi-picture deal as Superman if you knew you were going to be directing and starring in a series.
Why? He's just playing himself as Superman.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's really
the Bruce Wayne Batman thing.
Well, do your thing.
We're not talking about.
Like, that's it.
Unfortunately, we're not talking about Henry Cavill. We're talking about James Gunn's new Superman movie.
Henry Cavill
directing it. That's who you cast. Who would you cast as
Henry Cavill,
the new Superman?
Henry Cavill.
Well, the spin on that is they're saying
they want him to be younger.
Committing to him being younger.
Yeah,
which I don't really know how you get.
Well,
younger than Henry Cavill, who looks like he's like upper 20s, early 30s.
Right.
I don't.
Well,
in Man of Steel, I'm not talking about now, or like Batman. Batman versus Superman, he was like 30s.
Justice League, he looked a little bit older. But here's the. Like, I get it. I think it's actually a good call because we really haven't seen Clark, like, be in the Daily Planet and, like, that kind of ear to the ground, like, reporter, like, doing stuff in Metropolis. We haven't seen that.
Glasses and a hat.
Yeah, we haven't seen that since Chris Reeves.
or hat.
Okay, so if we had a 2-hour movie, how much do you want of that to be committed to?
Not a huge amount, but the thing is, like, in Man of Steel...
Hour? 45?
No problem. In Man of Steel, we got to see him, like, realize who he was and become Superman and then, like, put on the glasses for, like, 10 seconds.
The real question is, who's going to be his dad? No one
can beat Kevin Costner.
No one can
and Russell Crowe.
And Russell Crowe. Russell
Crowe. You know who's going to be his father in this
Fighting around the world.
You know who's going to be his father?
Tom Hanks. America's Dad.
America's Dad.
Nicolas Cage.
There you go.
My eyes were sweaty when Kevin Costner went like this.
No, mine weren't because he can move faster than anybody can see. He could just freaking save his dad.
Yeah, actually, that was a really dumb scene.
The better
when you
way
think about it, like you have that emotional reaction, and then you're like,
wait,
hold
up,
wait a minute.
The most OP character in all of.
I don't know.
And what was hiding him from everyone? The freaking dust storm.
Yeah.
Right.
What was better was what pretty much every other iteration had, which was Jonathan Kent has a heart attack because it's the one thing that
he can't
Superman
save
can't
him from that.
Control.
Yeah.
He can't save his heart, and so he dies in his arms. Like,
I'm sure there's a way
better.
Superman can save someone from a heart.
Fly on the planet backwards until he gets back to when he had better cholesterol.
Yeah. So the
When
question,
more
I guess,
Cheerios.
you're saying.
So who are we going to cast as a younger Superman? Who are we going to cast?
It's got to be a no name.
Who would you do?
Here's what I have to say.
Yeah.
If I think back to Man of Steel, Henry Cavill was gigantic.
Yeah, he was
a monster.
Yeah,
coming
his pecs were the size of your head.
He was the biggest he's been in any of the Superman movies.
Was Man of Steel? I know
he was out in the other two.
He was the least cut in that.
He had the most body fat. Yeah, he was a freaking monster. Yeah.
And the one scene you see it in is when he comes out of the water. And he comes up and gets the clothes from
the
clothesline. Yeah.
Flannel.
First off, number one, that flannel wasn't closing. Like, there was no way it's getting around those arms and those chests, those pecs. Yeah. No way. No way. Okay? And I'm man crushing right now a little bit. But I mean, like, let's all be honest. We all got a little bit one right now. But in all seriousness, I don't have a name. I have literally no one that comes to mind right now that I could say to you that could even stand on par. Because if you think about this, they are going to have to go in a way that we aren't going to like, which is going to be a smaller Superman. And if you think about that, the reality that goes along with that is every other Superman who's been cast is not a giant guy. No. He was a tall guy,
right, but
pretty slender. Yeah. Brandon Routh and Christopher Reeves were
George Reeves from, if you go back to like the 50s or 60s.
They were all tall and skinny.
Yeah.
Tall and skinny. That's what we're going to end up with, and nobody's going to be happy with it, except it's going to build a storyline because I bet that person packs on about 50 pounds of muscle.
I was going to say,
between that and the next movie.
So what you're saying is, open calls, I should go.
You should go, Brett.
Do it, Brett.
But in all seriousness, can you think of anyone? I can't. So in this moment, I'm literally racking my brain because I knew this question was coming, and I'm like, I have no one.
Yeah.
I have not a single. Nope, I got one.
Ben Schwartz?
No.
James Marsden?
So.
Did you hear me?
No. No. Because I'm trying to know the name, and I don't know the name, but I hopefully will describe enough movies for you guys to be able to go. Okay. He is now in Bullet Train. He was the main character.
Brad Pitt.
In Kick A. He's the
Aaron Taylor or whatever his name is, the guy who played Quicksilver.
No.
That's the guy from...
Oh, yes, the guy who plays Quicksilver, yep.
Yeah, he's also... Did you know that he's, like, on the crazy short list to be the next James Bond?
Really?
Really?
No, I did not know that. So if he gets James Bond, this isn't going to...
He's freaking big.
He got huge. So the reason I named that is over the years...
I don't think he'd be a good Superman,
from Kick A1 to Kick A2 to Bullet Train, he has bulked up bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Kick A2 to Quicksilver to Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
It's just like, is the same? That person
not
ate
the same
that person.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking...
That is the only person... And I'm not saying he would be a good fit, but I'm saying body type, like, that's the only person I can think of right now. I got nothing else.
Brad
Pitt. Yeah.
Who in Bullet Train?
He's young enough. He's the, do you know Age of Ultron? I think his name's Aaron Taylor.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about. Yeah, that's him.
Aaron Taylor.
Aaron Taylor would be the one person that, like, out of my mind, who's young enough to step into the role a young Superman. Jonah Hill.
Channing Tatum.
He was born in 90.
Channing Tates.
He's not that much younger than...
No, he's not.
Henry
Cavill.
Cavill was 83, I believe.
Yeah, Cavill was... Yeah, he's not that... He's around our age.
Yeah, but if they're looking for an 8-year plan, that falls in line with their scope.
Yeah, maybe. You guys have any...
I mean, I was 97. I'm 25, so...
Yeah.
He's 32.
32.
We can make him look a little younger.
He does look like younger.
He has kind of a baby face.
Look any younger. Aaron Taylor does. He looks like a baby.
As long as he doesn't have the beard. So when he gets the beard, he looks a little bit older.
What'd you say? He's 90?
He was born in
1990.
Yeah, he's only a year younger than me.
Yeah,
so but he looks like a child. Yeah. I shave my beard, I look like a child.
I was gonna say, but when he has the beard, he looks older.
Yeah, fair.
Do you guys have any like inputs, thoughts, questions?
I actually looked up Tom Welling because I was a huge Smallville fan.
He's so old now.
He's old. I didn't realize how old
he's a contemporary. You know, he was best friends with Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher, they're the same age. They were models. They were models together.
Nice.
And Ashton Kutcher was the one who encouraged him, I believe, to go out to try for Smallville. Because he was like just
he was a Clark Kent. He was
freaking
like
fantastic.
Superman.
Yeah, I loved him. The Smallville show, freaking great. Very underrated.
But again, that is a very different look than what Henry Cavill gave us.
Well, Tom Welling by the end was freaking big.
He could probably do it, but yeah, he
came back for the Flash multiverse episode.
You're right, he did.
And he's big. He's a big dude. Yep. He'd be a good Kingdom Come Superman. He's big and he's older.
What about?
But anyway, who do you think, Harry? I see you scrolling.
Tom Hopper.
Who's Tom Hopper?
He was in Tom Holland at first. No, I'm gonna kick you in the face.
He was
from here.
Dude's
my
big.
Foot.
He was in Umbrella Academy, Game of Thrones, Black Sails.
Oh, is he the werewolf dude in Umbrella Academy?
Not the werewolf. He's got monkey arms.
That's what I mean.
Which resident?
Here's what I'm going to tell you.
Let me
he's the animal dude.
Harry,
right? This is a picture of him training.
Yeah, that's the guy I thought. Yeah, he's freaking enormous. Yeah, he's
that is the type. That right there, the resume that you just described is the exact type of resume that I would expect for a person that they're going to throw in here.
Maybe.
Somebody from
from Kansas,
like who maybe had a smaller part on like a large show and then a bigger part on a smaller show.
Yeah, his biggest show was probably Umbrella Academy.
It was probably Umbrella Academy. Yeah,
I mean, Game of Thrones, but
he probably
was the largest part.
Right. Yeah. And that was my point. Honestly, is like
he's 6'5",
something like that.
Dang, he did not look 6'5" in that picture.
He's a big man.
Go.
He's 37.
I didn't really like.
He's English.
I didn't really like him in Umbrella Academy though.
Okay,
not really either.
I
but
didn't really like him.
I liked him in Black Sails. He's pretty good.
So those
I watched a little bit of that.
Those are some names that I could.
I got a few.
You got a few?
Yeah, a few.
Hit me.
First one's a kind of a joke, but
you've already hit a joke.
Nicolas Cage.
Jim Carrey.
Did you say Nicolas Cage?
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage would be great. Timothy Chalamet.
Are you out of your mind?
Looking for thinner, taller, young. He's young.
He's not tall enough.
He could bulk up.
Chalamet's
I don't know how tall he is.
Not that tall.
How tall is? Look up Timothy Chalamet.
We've seen him next to Zendaya.
He's taller than her, and she's pretty tall.
But he's. I don't know.
How tall do you think he is?
I think he's 6'1".
He doesn't have a square enough jaw.
5'11".
Well, they don't even say it because he's not tall enough. So
they don't say how tall he is. You can't. Find out.
Usually like they say like right away like their height.
Yeah.
Look him up. Just goose. But my more serious.
How tall do you think he is?
5'11".
6'1".
5'11".
5'11". He just looked.
He seemed
5'10".
I was going to say 5'10", and I didn't even
look.
He's
5'10"?
Yeah, he's too small.
He's 5'10".
I was looking at his picture, and he just seems short.
My more serious one. I was thinking of like young guys with dark hair.
Yeah,
that are
really
stepping. That are stepping
Tom Holland.
Square jaw.
That are stepping into leading man roles. You know,
sure.
Timothy Chalamet. That was my joke answer. My more serious answer is the dude who played Elvis, Asher Butterfield something.
Oh,
that dude's super freaking charismatic. He's got the good strong jaw. He's
how
pretty tall.
How old is he though?
He's young.
Is he?
Yeah. Can you look him up? Harry. The guy who played Elvis. I think he's Asher Butterfield.
91.
91. Yeah.
So he's 26.
Okay.
26.
Austin Butler.
Is Austin. All right.
Brett,
what was your question you had for us, or a statement? Discussion topic. What you got?
Mine was it's I think it's still speculation, rumor, but there's been conversation around the desire to incorporate the animated series, which is appealing to me.
That's
because we've talked about it on the episodes a while back when we were talking through.
If there is anything that DC does well,
it's animated.
It's animated.
That's not a speculation though. James Gunn actually came out on record and said that the movement forward in his DCU would incorporate live action, animation, and video games. They'd all tie together to create one universe.
And that's brilliant. That's something
super smart.
That's something that Marvel
does not do. Marvel's the worst.
Marvel doesn't do that.
And their animated shows are pretty bad too.
That's because I think their rights for video games are actually owned by somebody
other
else.
people, probably.
Yeah, and I think
what is it? Square Enix made the Avengers game.
I don't know, and they always end up having the Marvel versus Capcom, which is always
I want to see that as a movie.
Super great, but my point with that is
that's good.
DC, the one thing DC does well is their animated.
Their animated stuff is freaking on point.
It's so good.
Because they literally just take the comics and put them.
No kidding, and that's all they need to do.
Right.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
And so I love that. I think that is phenomenal. I think the more that they pull from the animated series, the truer they're going to stay to the comics. And with that, they're gonna keep a lot of devoted fans really happy for a long time. I mean, going around this room, we talked about some of the animated series that we loved.
Yeah, right.
You can't go through specifically Batman,
Justice League.
There's so many good.
We were just talking about
series.
Static Shock, the Static Shock show, Batman Beyond.
Yep.
All the Apocalypse movie, like
the
all
movies.
The movies are freaking
great.
good.
Yeah, I mean it's great.
Like the Arkham games.
Oh God, if they
bring
incorporated
that
Arkham games at all, just like make those movies.
Yeah.
Plus, it's one thing to watch a movie; it's another thing to like take part in a video game that's related to the movie.
Yeah.
Well, but they have to.
What if it would be so cool if they were expansions?
Because the Matrix actually did it.
You're exactly right.
I played those games with Ghost and all that. Yeah.
Really cool. Yeah. Right. It can tell like greater stories, like kind of how the Arkham games. At the end, you get the expansions of like the side characters,
like
the
downloadable
Harley
content.
Ones, and like what if they did that? They come out with a Superman movie, and then you get a video game that's like a side adventure that was talked about in the movie,
part of a storyline in there. Yeah.
It's so cool.
I think it's awesome. I think that is a great idea, and I can only hope
James Gunn,
that they really build on the animated, and I mean the video games. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
most of them are very good. Most of them are very good.
Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League is coming out by Rocksteady, and it's connected to the Arkham games.
Yeah, I'm playing through Gotham Knights right now, and it's decent. It's not great, okay. But it's better than most of the Marvel games that I've ever played.
Dude, the only Marvel game I've played recently that's any good is the Guardians, the new Guardians game. It's on Xbox Game Pass, actually.
Oh, there was ever really.
Spider-Man's pretty good.
Oh yeah, the Spider-Man one for the PS4. That one is really good. But
Spider-Man had several good.
Yeah, they had a few
games. Yeah,
you know what they should do? Let's make a Daredevil game, like a good Daredevil game
in the Arkham style,
so we can forget about the movie.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The Arkham fight style.
I thought you were making a joke.
No, he's saying we should.
No, because I mean a Daredevil game could just be a blank screen.
Pong.
No, blank screen because he's blind. That's terrible.
Oh yeah,
that's horrible.
It's pretty messed up.
As you move, you just hear thud. Thud.
Yeah, I mean, like you have to try and navigate.
Or it's just all audible. It's all audible.
Better have those headphones plugged in.
It's VR.
Right. Yeah.
It's VR.
No, it's so messed up. That's really messed up.
I know it is.
I like it.
I remember there was a meme about a person in history that they made a game about. It was like,
oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's funny. It was funny though.
Well,
in other words, Legion live stream coming to a screen near you.
Yeah,
we're just gonna, well, we can,
or maybe not. You won't be able to tell.
We need to get more of our Twitch going with some of these games.
We can just
That's right.
How about we make that game? We'll just blindfold Logan and put him out in the yard with a whole bunch of things in the way.
Around
and we just get to hit him with sticks and guns.
We can be the thugs, and you gotta beat us up.
Just put a bunch of Legos on the ground.
Use your karate skills.
Actually, that's worse.
Bunch of Legos on the ground.
I'd rather be hit with things than have to
put me down now like a man.
Over Legos blindly.
Harry, what about you, man?
What's your question, Harry?
What are you thinking about with this new DCU?
What are you trying to decipher?
You know what, Harry? It's a DCU. It's all about you.
Wow. What
horrible.
What a selfless community we live in.
Yeah. Stay Legion.
Stay Legion.
I'm gonna make that stick. Whether
not never. I've been wrong name to have something like stick.
I've been hashtagging
Stay Legion.
I've been
hashtagging it on our socials.
You tried so hard.
Stay Legion.
Nobody's behind it.
Tell us in the comments down below.
Nobody's Stay Legion.
They're all good. If we get 15 Stay Legion comics, I will eat 2 of the hottest peppers on the show while answering questions.
It's a bold statement.
Without any milk or water.
While answering questions, that'll be good. You ask them a bunch of questions. Yeah.
Boom.
Hot ones.
I like
15 of them. And it can't be you guys.
Oh, dang.
Can't be you guys. It has to be people we don't.
A bunch
done.
Of my accounts.
Done.
Stay Legion.
Do they have to be different?
Yeah, I was going to say a bunch of different accounts.
You didn't clarify. That's on you.
There has to be 15 different people.
Not associated with anyone.
Ghost
accounts. No, it can be people we know, just not the 4 of us.
All right.
And I'm looking at the IP addresses.
That's right. All right,
involved.
Harry, what's your question?
Get involved, people.
Mine was
Carolina Reapers.
Yeah. Mine was what is the Batman character gonna look like with this new adaptation to the DCU? Because like we talked about earlier off air, He plans on keeping the Matt Reeves Batman with Pattinson,
a carve out for him to kind of just
Robert
do his due,
play in the sandbox over here,
right? Because I mean, it was
Batista as Bane.
Right. Oh my gosh!
There's so much Batman baggage.
Did you know that Batista went to DC execs before all this happened and said, "If you do another Bane movie, I want to be Bane"?
I don't blame him.
And then he left. Like he left that with them, and now James Gunn is like they're friends.
Yeah,
the boys.
Man, come on, Gunn.
Honestly,
come on, Gunn, pull the trigger.
Honestly, there's a way to make this happen really easily.
Ow.
Batista just needs to show up as Bane.
Yeah,
true.
Demand it. Like it's honestly, this isn't complicated, Batista.
Right. Just break the table and like the writers
in the room.
That didn't work for Dwayne.
Dress. Yeah, but
he's got friends in high places.
Yes, he does. Yeah, he's got the right connections.
All right, so what's the future of Batman?
So right, like
what are we looking at?
I think
what do you want the future of Batman to be?
Do they just not have a Batman in this universe?
Nah, he said he's going to be there. James Gunn said he's going to be there.
But like, I kind of don't want a Batman in this universe.
Well, James Gunn. I don't know. James Gunn.
What do you mean?
Hashtag Bat baggage.
There's no universe.
It's like having two Iron Mans while Marvel's going all.
Harry, it's more
multiverse.
Batman. Yeah, it's just more Batman. Like, are you complaining about more Batman?
Yeah, he kind of is.
There's more opportunities for good Batman.
Why mess up a good thing?
Well, no, but it's two different versions.
Yeah.
It's just like
one's
would you prefer, so let me throw a couple of
go ahead.
Ooh, would you prefer Matt Reeves' Batman to then be brought into the fold?
No.
Is that what you'd prefer?
No, because that's going to mess up a good thing.
So then you would prefer no Batman in this universe over bringing another Batman into the fold and over having two Batmans.
That's a whole lot of Batman.
Yeah.
No. Hear what I'm saying. You would you already said you don't want Matt Reeves.
So keep
Batman
Matt Reeves separate.
So you want it kept separate.
Yeah. That's got to happen.
Okay, so you want it kept separate.
It's going to happen, apparently.
So then your options are, do you want no Batman or do you want two Batmans?
And you're saying no
You're saying no Batman.
I'm leaning towards no Batman just because
you can't do it without him.
Can I?
I know, but like
yeah, I'm just saying to you. I hear what you're saying, but you can't do it without him.
What do you got?
I was going to say, but it won't work because they're doing Young Superman.
What were you thinking?
I was going to say
like Battle for the Cowl kind of thing.
No, what if we did Terry in the main universe and
you can't
but it's not futuristic.
Young Superman. I hear you.
That's why I stopped myself. That's why I stopped myself.
Idea.
I would like because that would be cool to have like Terry in one and Bruce in the other, but.
If they're doing, so we know they're doing Young Superman.
But what? So okay, how about this? Okay, how about this? Instead of trying to all of us try to figure out because we just tried to figure out who Superman could be.
Right.
What has to be a young Batman?
What style Batman will fit with Young Superman?
With a young Superman?
Young Superman. What style Batman?
A young Batman. Well, no, actually,
not necessarily.
So they did a young Superman,
like middle-aged Batman.
Yeah,
they did a young Superman with a veteran Batman in this past Justice League.
Right.
Because technically Henry Cavill's Superman was new. He was new and Batman had been on the scene for at least 10 years.
He was freaking branding people. Yeah, Robin was killed by the Joker and like, he was far into it.
Right.
So, I mean, like, but then here's the thing.
Who's going to play him?
Then they're No. What I'm saying is then they're doing the exact same thing.
All right. Yeah, they probably won't.
Yes, they're not going to copy that.
No,
they will not do that.
It'll probably be.
So my point is they've got to do all young.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. What they'll probably end up doing is they'll probably end up running like a World's Finest kind of idea.
Yeah.
Where they make Bruce and Clark around the same age and eventually have them come together in like a World's Finest movie.
That is I agree.
Most likely what's gonna run, which means we're gonna need a Robert Pattinson age Batman in Gunn's universe.
And I have that. And
you know who it would be? Who's going to be? Timothy Chalamet?
Yeah. Timothy Chalamet is
really good.
Actual perfect casting for
he'd be really
Batman.
Good. I think so too.
For a young, new, on the scene Batman, it's Timothy Chalamet.
He could bulk.
We already have a emo-esque Batman.
That's true.
I don't think
it's too much of that.
Timothy Chalamet has been able to do other acting. You're viewing Timothy Chalamet as Dune, as Duke Leto Atreides or Duke Paul Atreides.
What about the dude from Kingsman?
Oh, Taylor Egerton.
Taylor Egerton?
No. Taylor Egerton, no.
I think he'd be pretty good.
What about the guy from Percy Jackson?
The old Percy Jackson? Like the one that Disney put out years ago?
Yeah.
No. He might be okay.
Him. He's not a very good actor.
What about Liam Hemsworth?
You don't think he's a good actor?
I don't think he's a very good actor.
If Liam Hemsworth slimmed down, he might be okay.
Liam Hemsworth is becoming the Witcher.
I know he's becoming the Witcher, but forget that.
No, that's not going to happen. He's becoming the Witcher.
That's true. The Witcher's pretty
Logan Lerman.
Logan Lerman, no, I don't really like him.
What about Logan Blair?
He's 30.
Okay. I think
somewhat younger.
I just don't. Yeah. I don't think so. He looks like a baby.
Yeah.
He's 5'8".
Yeah, that's not going to work.
No, it's not bad. Batman can be smaller.
Batman can't be.
Timothy Chalamet's tiny too.
How tall is Timothy Chalamet? We looked it up. Wasn't he 5'11"?
He's 5'10".
5'10".
No, then I don't think Timothy Chalamet's the right size.
You know what? I'll just do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know what? You know what could be?
I'll sign off on it. No, but my point is, Batman ranges between 6'1" and 6'3" and about 230.
So visually
to 250.
To 250. Yeah.
I've never seen.
Well, actually, there's been small enough to 215ish.
Sure,
but that's real small runs.
I've never seen this guy do something serious because I've only ever seen him in the one movie.
But that's Robert Pattinson right there.
Visually,
215, lucky.
Yeah,
soaking wet.
Yeah. But he's supposed to do that. That was the purpose. Was supposed to be like,
I know.
He will. I think he will. But what about the dude who? And I've never seen him in anything that's not because he's kind of funny in this movie. But so I don't think. But if he has the range, I just don't know. But visually, I think he could.
Say the name.
Jeez,
the dude from
huge build-up. This better be perfect.
I forget.
Go through his filmography.
It was all filler words.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
I think he'll be good.
He's got a face. He's got a decent sized nose.
What is his
two
name?
eyes?
I don't honestly.
The dude with the hair.
I don't know his name, but he's the guy who played Atom Smasher in Black Adam. He's got the imposing build. He's taller. He's got the dark hair.
That's not a bad call, but
I just don't know if he can be serious because he was funny in Black Adam.
Yeah.
He was kind of silly.
But
look at his face. Think of him as like a year one Batman. Like he's got the big broad shoulders. He's tall.
Yeah.
I think he could be good if he can do serious. I don't know if he can do serious.
I would personally, in this case, I don't know about Superman, but for Batman, I would like them to go with a completely unknown then.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I
think Superman should be unknown as well.
Very unknown.
I think James Gunn would. I think he'd be on board with that.
I think he is.
I think he'd be on board with just grabbing random.
I think we're all going to have to be because the reality is anybody who we have in mind, they're probably already eliminating off lists.
Yeah,
I mean, we're talking early, but we also have to be thinking here. See, we're thinking now.
Yeah.
We're all thinking they start doing this now.
He's going to start filming probably next year for Superman.
Right, but maybe
the end of this year.
If we're
end
lucky.
of next year, if we're lucky.
Yeah.
Batman's not going to have any production on it for 2-3 years.
So
we're talking somebody who needs to be right now,
like 20,
between 20 to 25.
Yeah. You think about when they cast Henry Cavill. When they cast Henry Cavill, he was a nobody. He had done Immortals.
Yeah,
and that was pretty much it.
But what I'm saying with all of that
they're
is...
going to be... It's going to be
What
nobody.
I'm saying with all of it is, we're looking at, 27,
right.
28, 30.
They
we're
might be too old.
that would be... But by the time that we get around to actually filming, they're going to be too old. They're going to be past the point that they can.
Rocky. Sylvester Stallone as Batman.
Oh, gosh, that's not a bad idea. I am the Justice. Oh, you know what?
He's like 5'2".
We've got it figured out. Rocky as
Batman,
Dolph Lundgren as Superman,
and Arnold as Aquaman,
Yes,
and Michelle Pfeiffer as Wonder Woman,
Michelle Pfeiffer.
All right, Logan, you had the last question of the day. What is it?
No, she's in a
the last question I think is probably the most imminent, which is what is going on with the Flash.
Yeah. Well, okay. So
this is not only the most imminent, but it is also the one that I personally believe has the most gravity to it.
There's been actually quite a few news things out recently.
Yeah.
About it.
Yeah. So let's first do Flash the movie. Let's first do Flash the movie.
It's still set to come out this summer.
Needs to get canned.
This summer it's still supposed to come out.
They're
still pushing it, man.
Needs to get canned.
I don't think it's going to.
You're
telling me you don't want to see Keaton back on screen?
I don't want to. No, because they've removed everything.
No, they didn't remove Keaton.
No.
Well, no. But
they said they did, and then
they're all. So first, actually, no. I want to pause right there. I'm going to actually change my answer. No, I don't want Keaton. I do not want Keaton on the same screen as Ezra Miller.
No, I want Keaton on a screen with a Terry McGinnis.
Yes,
I want a Batman Beyond movie,
right?
Where he's old man Bruce.
HBO already said no.
I want to see Michael Keaton again. I don't want to see Michael Keaton under these circumstances.
Right, agreed.
Nothing anymore is going to happen from it. Do not waste Sir Michael Keaton. Okay, do not touch it.
He's not a knight, is he?
And in my book, he is.
Okay,
I don't. In my book of Knights, he is the Dark Knight. Exactly. Well played. Well played, sir. So, but my point is, don't use him in this. You need to can this. WB, if they are figuring out anything right now, they need to can this right now, and they need to can Ezra Miller. And if they don't do those, if everything here, they've done all this stuff, and they don't do those two simple things, out of all the things, this was the most obvious.
Yeah.
This is the most clear and obvious, and if they don't do that, I am mind-boggled.
Countering that.
Counter it.
To a degree, just from what I've been reading the news.
Yeah, of course.
So Ezra Miller has come out and said that
Ezra's Gucci.
Yeah. No, he's not. Actually, he's saying that he's severely mentally ill and that he's pursuing treatment. Okay?
Why wasn't he, shouldn't he be arrested?
Well, so here's the thing.
Shouldn't he actually be in jail? As somebody who suffers from mental illness, you cannot use that as an excuse to then...
Right, but there's more to it. So he's...
To do some of the things that he did.
Sure, there's more to it. So he said that the trespassing and larceny in Vermont, he pled guilty to just this week, I think.
Right.
So he pled guilty to that. They agreed that his probation would be his therapy, like being in therapy, and that if he broke that, he would be jailed. So if he stopped going to therapy, they would just put him in prison or put him in jail and do the jail time.
I just don't know how I feel about that, if I'm being perfectly honest.
100%. But I'm just telling you what was
as
going
a person
through.
who also suffers from mental illness, I need to actually think about how I would feel about that.
Yeah, I'm
because
not 100%
there's
sure
so many things to unpack in that
100%.
ruling, and also
100%.
If somebody else who was not Ezra Miller did those things, would they get some sort of similar treatment?
So part of it is the person he stole from was his neighbor, and they know him. So maybe they're going a little light on him because they know it. Like maybe the neighbor is not pushing the same kind of charges as somebody who doesn't know. You know what I mean?
I understand that, but what about all of the other pieces?
So the Hawaii things where he was violent in the bars.
Yeah,
I believe they only pressed monetary charges, and he paid those. From what I understand. And then the child grooming one, which is obviously the most flagrant.
Yeah.
I don't believe there's actually been any actual evidence. The parents of the child are pressing things, but are pressing charges and bits. But I don't think there's ever actually gotten any concrete, it's been a ruling on that one. That's from what I understand from the things. Do I agree that he should still be the Flash? No. I think they should I think they should push forward. I think they should leave him behind and move on to somebody else, which stinks because I think he did a good job portraying the Flash. I think as an actor, I liked his portrayal of the Flash. But these things, I don't think he should be allowed to continue to spearhead this part of the DC.
Here's what I want to say.
Yeah.
If he is suffering with mental illness to this extent,
he shouldn't be acting.
He shouldn't be acting.
He needs to be focusing on getting better. He should not be the
Flash. It is not. He needs to get better.
Yeah.
He needs to get the support he needs.
Yeah.
And he needs to get himself to a place of safety.
Yeah.
And a place of understanding for himself
and safety for
and
others.
The supports that he needs and safety for others. Exactly.
Yeah.
They need to. We're using strong language in canning, and I'm the one doing it myself. They need to separate. It just actually needs to be for all of the things that have happened.
Mutual separation.
And then there also needs to be this understanding of he needs the supports. You can't go on and do these things.
Right.
Somebody who is struggling to this extent. We've seen it with plenty of other celebrities too. Like somebody has to intervene and actually say, like, you're not capable of making these types of decisions right now for yourself.
I think
in the best interests of your safety and the safety of others, we are making this decision for you.
Right. I think of like Robert Downey.
Sure.
Who was an aspiring young actor and then did some terrible things and just ruined his life.
Another Britney Spears. She was on conservatorship or whatever, however it is, till she last year.
Yeah.
Like,
and you got to figure it out. And
with I'm not trying to get anything out of it, but I already know where you're going with that. But I'm using it as an example of there's people who need. They need to have people who truly care about them around them to say the hard things.
Well, and that's why I'm looking at Downey, because he's kind of over the other side.
Right.
And so he went through that. He lost everything. He ended up doing jail time. He ended up just kind of just destroying his career.
Right.
And the people he loved came around him, got him into a better place.
Right.
He found, he figured out a way to kind of figure that out. Yeah, and then he rebuilt his career and has freaking become like one of the most beautiful people in Hollywood. Like it's like there needs to be the solution is not continue to throw this young man into more films.
Right.
He needs to take the time to get better.
Right. I agree.
And
I think that is,
and then come back better.
That is the best response that we can have in this situation because there's a lot of things that, I mean, the courts will say and do and treat differently potentially because of celebrity and all of these other things. But the root of this thing is he's already saying that he's suffering dearly. And if that is the case, then somebody needs to step in and be able to make the decisions for him in his best interest and the interests of others. And that's just reality on the case. I mean, it's very difficult. I've had to do things myself that, were really hard in the moment and having to have to step away to be able to get the help that I've needed. And that is the best thing that could have ever happened to me. But it was really hard to, and I had people who pushed in to help me make that decision because I was not in a place to make that decision on my own. Somebody needs to do that for him. And the reality is they need to then move on in the same way that they're moving on with everything else. It just doesn't make any sense for them to continue that forward unless they're towing a line right now because of how delicate delicate the situation is.
And they haven't said that they're continuing with him, and they haven't said that. So
but the movie needs to be canned.
Sure, but and I get it because of the controversy around it. But Aquaman 2 is still coming out, and Shazam 2 is still coming out, even though those are presumably finishing. So they're letting them come out because they want to make the money from it.
But I think that those, from what I understand, though, and you can correct me if I'm wrong in terms of the articles, The Flash was meant to kick off a new phase in the DCEU.
Or at least help it,
Yeah.
Whereas Aquaman 2 is going to have its own storyline.
Right. And
Shazam 2 is going to have its own storyline, both of which are going to wrap up in the film.
So the thought is that with the reshoots for The Flash, that The Flash is actually going to be the movie that now ends the DCEU. It's going to collapse that multiverse.
I'm going to just tell you.
It's going to be a train wreck.
It's going to be a train wreck of a movie.
Freaking train wreck.
It's going to be a train wreck of a movie.
You know what that means, though? Good episode for us.
Good episode for us. We're going to watch it.
Great episode. I mean, then go for it.
Yeah. Release that movie. It seems like they're going to.
I mean, they probably will, which is the problem with Hollywood. But I'm just saying.
Trying to make that money. Well, they can Batgirl.
I know.
Which actually looked kind of good. I wanted to see Nathan filling in as Firefly.
Which is why it would make sense.
That young lady looked like she was going to be great as Batgirl.
I don't remember her name. The movie. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
I don't know what they're pushing forward with it for.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, and James Gunn has been when he was actually directly asked about it, and he replied with he does not know the future of Ezra Miller with the DCU. So in other words, it seems like that piece is still being held pretty tightly by the DC execs.
Yeah.
And he's not touching it at this point. But I don't know if it's in his 8-10 plan. Him and Peter Safran have their plan set, and they're restarting everything. He's even talked about clean slate stuff, so I really doubt.
I highly doubt
that he's gonna want to continue regardless of the controversy. I doubt he was gonna want to continue that Flash because he's starting everything himself.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, which he should.
Yep, agreed.
Any last thoughts, guys, before we wrap this DCU debacle?
They need to get it right this time because they can't afford to have to do this again.
That's the big summary. And that's what we talked about. Is there's so much baggage.
There's so much.
You screw this up one more time, forget it.
I'll probably become a Marvel fan.
If they do screw it up, they need to just stop trying to make a universe and just do
solo
movies.
That's what I've been saying for a long time.
I know you have.
Stop.
You have, Harry.
Just stop doing what.
You know what they need to do?
They need
to make a Joker movie that's a musical with what's her name?
Oh my God!
With what's her name? What's the meat dress girl?
Satire.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
What's the meat dress girl?
You all knew who I was talking about.
Yeah.
She's playing Harley Quinn, and apparently the second Joker movie is going to have large musical elements.
Great.
Oh, you're serious?
No, I'm 100%
he's not joking,
serious.
Yeah, Lady Gaga.
This is the garbage dumpster fire that
they just started filming.
To be honest, though, she's not that bad of an actress.
No, she's not.
But
she was nominated for an Oscar, I believe.
Don't make it a musical.
And she would probably be a good Harley Quinn.
She probably would.
The musical? Are you
serious? Yeah, the musical aspect is.
Well, Margot Robbie's
that's
too
James Gunn for you, so.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with
James Gunn.
Just kidding. But look at Peacemaker.
I hear what you're saying.
Peacemaker was good, though.
Harry, I don't necessarily disagree with you on the solo films, but there is a place in my heart that wants to see
I want to see a DC universe
thing for a DC.
So let that live in your imagination with the universes you build while you read comics.
And while you watch the animated shows.
And watch the animated shows, which is pretty much just comics on TV.
Animated universe.
I'm with you.
Which is what animated comics are.
But wouldn't you want to have that?
No, because I know what wheelhouse they fit in, and that's not. They're trying to put a round peg in a square hole. Or square hole and a round peg.
I'm going to hold out.
NASA did it, and they brought Apollo 13 back.
It's true. Amen.
I am going.
Tom Hanks.
I'm going to hold out.
That was so much duct tape,
Brett and I are going to hold out hope.
For sure.
And
I'll hold out hope, too.
I will hold out hope.
I'll drag us down.
This is it, though.
I'll bring us back to reality.
Last chance.
There goes gravity.
There goes gravity. But I'm right on with Brett. Like he just said. This is it. This is it.
Last chance.
You don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get it.
Best you're gonna get.
You don't get another chance with me on that.
That's not true.
No, it is.
No, it's not. If this tanks
10-year hiatus
minimum, and then the next year they come out with a Batman movie, you're not going to go see it.
Is it a solo film?
I don't know.
Or is it a part of a universe?
What if it's part of a universe?
It's got to be part of a universe. If it's not a Matt Reeves, it's got to be part of a universe.
They wouldn't be able to do that in a single year.
I don't care. What I'm saying is, if they start again, you're going to go see it again because you want it to happen.
Maybe Batman, but not the others. I will concede.
You will always see Batman.
I will always see Batman.
Always see a Batman.
I will
movie.
always see a Batman movie.
We went and saw Bat Nipples.
You're right. I will always see a Bat. I will concede. I will concede. I will always see a Batman.
Always
movie.
See a Batman movie.
But will I go see an Aquaman movie? No. I wouldn't. I honestly can tell you I would not go see an Aquaman movie. Would I be interested? Would I continue
What if Hasselhoff played Aquaman?
Now you're getting into crazy, man. Now you're getting into
Is it a musical?
I would go see it. David Hasselhoff, Aquaman the musical.
David Hasselhoff as old man.
Mind. Now I'm sold.
Old man Aquaman musical.
Now I'm sold.
Oh, guys, leave in the comments down below what you think the DCU is going to do, because we obviously have no clue.
Yeah.
But we love talking about it, and hopefully you guys love listening about it. You can talk to us too. We won't answer you because this was recorded like a week ago.
Yeah.
But we'd love to hear what you have to say. So write it down there, and we'll answer you in the comics. And we will see you guys next time on the Legion of Comic Correction.